It's the episode before hometowns, and that means coming up next week on The Bachelor, Zach has the all-important decision to make on whose families he's going to meet and who's getting a one-way ticket back home all alone. And with every rose meaning a spot in the final four, even a glamorous one-on-one date for the week doesn't mean you'll be safe, as we'll see ahead with one woman in particular. So let's once again dive into the latest preview to see if we can sleuth out what happens next episode, and as per usual, please, no posting any outright spoilers in the comment section below unless you can back it up with sleuthing, and a link to the full, unedited preview is in the description.
We are in Budapest! Woo!
I do really like you, and I really do want you to meet my family.
You have made me feel chosen, and so I have no doubt with you.
Okay, so pausing here where we see one of the one-on-ones for next week in Budapest, Hungary, which will be going to Katie. But other than that, we're also seeing the evening portion of the group date for the episode, where women like Gabby are making their case to get a rose and meet Zach's family. But we'll see if Zach actually hands out a group date rose here. Sometimes, to make a potential rose ceremony at this point in the season more dramatic, they'll have Zach refrain from giving one out this week. That way, the rose ceremony before hometowns isn't just between one or two women. But okay, let's continue on.
I know how good I feel about you and I want that forever.
To fall in love with you has been nothing short of amazing.
Oh my gosh.
I'm back, baby!
And Greer is back. I wonder if Zach even remembered she was still here. Now, I'll go over her fate once we get into the next section, but for now, in this section, we're seeing more details for the one-on-ones of the week. Then, we also have Kat on the group date, as Zach's outfit here matches the one he's wearing in those other shots. An outfit that's different than his rose ceremony one we'll see later on. And here, Kat, like the others, is making her case for a spot in the final four. However, just like Greer, I wouldn't bet on it for her. She's already at the center of the drama from last week, and there's just no room for her compared to some of the other women, and also based on the sleuthing we did last week. But let's move on.
Did you see something between us?
I've got strong feelings for all these women.
I don't want to feel like I am constantly trying to fight for myself. We've gone so long without seeing each other.
That uncertainty feeling, that does make me nervous.
So here we're getting more details on why Kat won't be getting a rose. And you know once Zach starts going, "That makes me nervous," it's already over. I mean, just look at what happened last episode with Jess.
I feel like there's that disconnect, I guess. I don't feel any more sure about this, and I feel nervous.
5 minutes later, she was in the back of an SUV headed home, so yeah, Zach saying he's nervous is code word for you're getting the boot. And Kat here talking about how it feels like she's constantly having to fight for herself makes me think more of the drama between her and Brooklyn is ahead. Though this is also the outfit Kat will be wearing during the day portion of the group date as seen in the season preview, and it looks like on that date we might be seeing the return of the Trauma Circle group date. So tears on this date could also just be stemming from the things that are shared there. But the other big part of this section here is the return of Greer, who says that she does see something between her and Zach as she visits him in his room. Then it cuts to this shot of Zach kissing someone on the group date, as the preview implies that this is Greer. But if we check the outfit this woman is wearing here, and jump back to this shot with Gabby, we can see that the outfits match, and the woman back here is indeed Gabby. As for Greer, she won't be making it past this meeting with Zach, as if we look back at the season preview, we can see this moment with her in tears, this moment with her walking away still in tears, and this moment with Zach looking like he just made a tough decision. I know, shocker, the woman he didn't see at all last week and the week before barely got a rose after their Zoom dispute won't be getting a hometown. But for now, like Zach's feelings for Greer, I'll be moving on.
It's like sometimes hard for me to trust that I'm making the right choices. That doesn't mean that I don't want this.
Going into this, I was like, okay, yeah, it's gonna be okay. It's so much more real in person.
Okay, so here we've got a section that, at first glance, really messed with my head. Now, first of all, here with Charity in tears, we're seeing footage that, to me, is very reminiscent of a group date they've done a few times in recent years, the sharing circle. So Charity looking upset is likely just from that, and not some kind of breakup or major drama. But the moment that really tripped me up is this. Zach sending someone home in a shot that cuts to him holding a rose, which as I see it is weird for a few reasons. First, if he's holding a rose here, it likely means he's sending someone home at the end of a one-on-one, which, in the episode before Hometowns, is actually quite common. We often see the lead take someone on a one-on-one this episode that they are still uncertain about to see if there's a spark there that could propel them into the all-important hometowns. But very often they discover that whatever seemed to be missing with this person or just wasn't there compared to the other women remains unchanged by the end of the date, so they send them home right then and there. And with Katie and Brooklyn having the one-on-ones next week, this would have to be happening to Brooklyn as 1, we have preview footage of Katie in Thailand still to come, and 2, I mean, come on. He's not sending Katie home, he's all over her, and her edit is way too strong. But heading back to this shot, I want to know, why is Zach still holding the rose? Does he really tell Brooklyn she's not going to be getting the rose and then bring it with him as he sends her into the back of an SUV, dangling it there while she's sent away? Could you at least have put it down at the dinner table? But the other weird thing is, we now have 2 moments with Zach looking majorly upset in Budapest, sending someone home at night in the back of an SUV. And originally, I thought this was him eliminating Brooklyn. Luckily, though, there's more to this preview as we're about to jump into a short, still to come this season section of the preview that will give us everything we need to decipher what's happening here. So, let's now get into that.
This week is viewed as sex week. As against the grain as it might seem for a fantasy suite or overnight suite is no sex.
You are going to be tempted.
Well, watch out everyone, Sex Week is a-comin'. Or if you're Zach, it's, well, not. As Zach is pledging to abstain from any hanky-panky in the fantasy suite. He must have taken one look at Clayton season and said, okay, I'm gonna do the opposite of that. So I hope these ladies are good at Scrabble, cause that's all they'll be doing late into the night once we get to the final 3. Moving on.
I'm ready to take that next step.
This is an act of love, not lust.
I just feel really I don't want to shut down or close off.
Alright, so in this section we get a number of cryptic shots implying there's going to be temptations for Zach, and then we have some more crying shots. But nothing here changes the sleuthing from last week. Nor does it even really make it seem like Zach is suddenly going to cave and get physical when he said he wouldn't. I mean, we'll see, but let's quickly finish off this preview as there's some important information ahead, and then we can go over eliminations before hometowns.
I don't want to cry. I just want to leave.
I could lose one of the women from this. It was a beautiful moment. Feels wrong.
And there the preview ends, on Zach feeling robbed of some beautiful moment, as well as a shot of the women all going in for a group hug. But the real important part of this section is this very simple shot of Brooklyn standing up during the night portion of her one-on-one. We know this is her and not Katie, as we can rewind the footage to where it's fading in and see her face. But let's now just go a few frames forward where we can see right here Zach's outfit. The same outfit that matches what he's wearing in this shot. So this will be Zach sending Brooklyn home at the end of their one-on-one, and perhaps in this shot, the women are all hugging as they just saw Brooklyn's luggage get taken away. Note that here we can see Gabby on the left, Charity and Kat in the middle, Katie in the back, and Ariel on the right. No Brooklyn or Greer. They're also all in there around the hotel loungewear. But also side note, with Charity and Kat in the middle having the closest hug, this could also be the two of them squashing their beef. Perhaps after the sharing circle group date, or perhaps after seeing Brooklyn go home, the other person at the center of their drama. But that now leaves one woman still to go at the rose ceremony. And with this footage still to happen in Budapest Budapest from the season preview, you know, where they tried to convince us that this could be tied to this fake proposal footage that they shot. It looks like this is where Zach will be sending Kat home at the rose ceremony. There's just no room for her left. Charity has footage still to come here on a hometown date. We were able to confirm that this shot is in Thailand, where Ariel gets a fantasy suite, and of course Gabby and Katie have both been seen in Thailand as well. So that seems to be the outlook for next week, with Greer, then Brooklyn, then Kat going home, and hometowns on the horizon. So that's it for this preview breakdown for week 7 of The Bachelor. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a like, subscribe to the channel for more, and let me know your thoughts and theories on the episode to come in the comments section below. And until next time, Bachelor Fan Take out.
This week is viewed as sex week. As against the grain as it might seem for a fantasy suite or overnight suite is no sex.
You are going to be tempted.